Hello and welcome to Renew by Down to Earth Ministries. My name is Isaiah Powell, and I'm the founder and director here at DTEM, and I'm going to be your host for today's episode of Renew. And today we're going to be looking on the subject of Can You Hear the King? And we're going to be looking in the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 23, as we look at some of the mighty men of King David. Second Samuel 23, verses 14 through 17 says this, And David was then in an hold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. And David longed and said, Oh, that one would give me drink of the water of the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate. And the three mighty men brake through the host of the Philistines, and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem, that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless he would not drink thereof, but poured it out unto the Lord. And he said, Be it far from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Is not this the blood of the men that went in jeopardy of their lives? Therefore he would not drink it. These things did these three mighty men. Here we have David in a hold, it says, and the Philistines are garrisoned in Bethlehem, David's home. And it's as if David is talking to himself. It says that he's longing, and it's as if he's just wishing for just water from the well from home. He says it'd be nice to just have a drink from the well in Bethlehem. For him, Bethlehem was home. It would be like if our enemy was sitting in your living room, and you were just talking to yourself about how nice it would be to have a Pepsi or a Coke out of your fridge. And these three mighty men hear David, and they break through the host of the Philistines in Bethlehem, all just to get to that well and to grab a drink for the king. These three men are Adino, Eleazar, and Shammah. Adino killed 800 men with a spear in one fight. Eleazar fought so hard for so long that his hand cramped up and got stuck around his sword. Shammah fought off Philistines all just for a little part of ground with beans. These three, very impressive in battle, fought through the Philistines to grab the water. And they bring it back to their king, and he doesn't enjoy it. I mean, this is what he wanted. He's just thinking to himself, oh, how good it would be to have some water from the well of Bethlehem. And then he has it, but he dumps it out. Now, the Bible doesn't tell us what these three men thought, but just imagine being one of those three and what you just went through, all just for that little bit of water. And the king dumps it out because they risked their lives. And so he poured it out to the Lord. He said, How can I drink this? They put their lives in jeopardy for this. These three men, close enough to the king to hear him talking to himself, to hear his heart's desire. And they heard it and sought to deliver. These men served at the king's pleasure. As we do as Christians, we serve at the King of Kings' pleasure. Romans 12:1 says it's our reasonable service that we lay down our lives and give our life in a way that honors and glorifies and serves God. We serve the King. But I wonder, are we close enough that we can hear the King? Are we close enough like these three men were to David that we can hear God's deepest desire? We hear his heart. We know his desire is. And then we put it to action. And we go out and we seek to see it fulfilled. These three men heard because they were close. And they were devoted. And then they put it to action. And as we serve the King of Kings, if we want to hear the King, we've got to get close. But we also need to get devoted. Just hearing it and being close to God isn't all. there's more. We need to get so devoted that we're driven to put it to action, to serve him, to go fight off the Philistines for that drink from the well in Bethlehem. So we've got to get close, to get devoted, and to get active. So today, let me ask you, can you hear the King? Are you close enough to God that if he were to be talking to himself, just the thoughts on his heart, would you hear it? That's all for this episode of Renew. Until next time, God bless.